Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD, and in today's video we're going to focus on the Spitfire and giving you the best class setup for the Spitfire in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Since the Spitfire is one of those 18 weapons that does have an operator mod, I will include a best class setup for the Spitfire with an operator mod, and a best class setup for the Spitfire without an operator mod. The gameplay you're watching in the background right now is featuring that Spitfire operator mod, as well as extended mags, fast mags, and I'm running a launcher, stim shot, scavenger, and then also dead silence. Personally, I've had a lot of fun with this weapon. I've been leveling it up so I can make sure I get it gold, and I only need this one in the SOG 9mm to get all the SMGs diamond, so I'm getting pretty close on that front. When it comes to this weapon though, I feel like without the operator mod, it's a little bit better in my opinion. The big downside with the operator mod is since it takes up an additional slot, you kind of got to rework your different perks. In this particular case, I'm almost forced to choose between engineer and scavenger. And although engineer might save me in some scenarios, if you run out of ammo, you are definitely going to end that streak. That being said, I think the biggest drawback with this weapon is that you do end up running short on bullets, especially for the number of bullets it takes to kill somebody. You're going to end up having to be able to kill maybe 2-3 people on a regular basis. And that fourth one, you're going to end up just a little bit short a lot of the times. The other downside with running this particular operator mod is that you are going to have uncontrollable recoil for the average player, and you're going to want all your engagements to be very short range. Almost as if you are actually treating the weapon like a shotgun, and that's pretty much what I did. There were some engagements that were almost at the borderline medium range. For the most part, all my engagements are that very short, almost point blank range. And I think if you're able to keep those engagements to that short point blank range, you're pretty much going to win every single gunfight, because the time to kill on this thing is just insane. It absolutely just melts the person, vaporizes right in front of you, and moves on to the next one. The reason I'm using that stim shot instead of the ComSec device or the acoustic sensor or body armor or whatever the case is because you are more than likely going to take damage with an SMG, no matter which SMG you're using, for the pure fact that the time to kill is typically just a little bit slower. And within that slower time to kill, you will get hit at least once. By having the stim shot, you're allowed to re-engage much quicker, take people off guard that you've already damaged, and allow you to win just more engagements a lot faster. At this point, we'll go ahead and transition to the best class setup for the Spitfire without that operator mod. And you can see I'm running extended mags, fast mags, stock, still that stim shot, but now I'm running scavenger and engineer, as well as that perk that I include on all my classes, which is dead silence. And without that operator mod, you'll notice yourself being able to win a few more of those short to medium range. Not just the short, obviously the short you're going to win in either it's an SMG, medium, maybe with this one if you have pretty good aim, but for the most part, as long as you keep the engagement short to medium, you're going to be pretty good with this particular class setup. The stock allows you to strafe just a little bit faster, which makes you a little bit harder target to hit. You'll see right here, I did die right in the opening route. In this gun, you can see I only take a little bit of damage, but I'm able to heal so quick, react to that guy, meleeed him pretty good. See someone else there, I'm able to heal up again. The big downside with playing Nuketown with an SMG is if your team has zero map control, it's very hard for you to push forward. You can see how I'm able to snap on and end up dying. And guess what? I'm not going to die the rest of this match. I'm going to go flawless the rest of the way. I did start off a little bit rocky because some of these engagements you are at huge risk because so many people are using Titans and basically camping in the upstairs room. I'm going to tell you, this is not the class set up to counter those people. There is a little trick though I will talk to you guys about how to counter those people in general, and it does not involve anything with the actual gun class setup. It actually comes down to your score streak. Ideally, where you want to be on this map is right in the middle, and just be very aware of where the spawns are, because as soon as the spawns flip, you're going to want to make sure you're facing the right way. And the only time you should really push into a house or into a particular area of the spawn that is not occupied by your team is when your team has a decent map control. Right here, I feel like we have pretty solid map control. There's continually people right at the middle of the map. And you can see for the most part, I'm really not pushing beyond this middle section. I pretty much kind of peek out real quick. If I can get the kill quick, I go ahead and try and get it. If not, I go ahead and move around. That guy was pretty much one shot. I didn't have a lot of chance to get bullets on him. Missed a few. He's right at that distance where it's just a little bit too far. There are people that think you're not going to re-engage. Sometimes you can actually throw them off guard by re-engaging. And some of what I'm able to do here goes back to the initial class setup of me using that particular stim shot. Right here, I'm able to heal myself, and I'm able to heal myself back up again after I call in this streak. I'm low health. I go ahead and set a little trap there. And now I know that that particular side of the map, if anyone kind of tries to run around, which is kind of a hot area, they're going to get hit. They come around, I am going to be able to take them out. See how far it's stretched out. peeking, calling in my streaks, and you can see how I'm pretty much locking down a specific area. So getting back to the little trick that I was telling you to take these guys out of the window, I'm actually using my drone squad. Because if you call your drone squad right here in the middle of the map and you kind of stay around the general area, they're going to lock onto the person in the window. And what I mean by general area is a general area where you're very close to having a sight line on that window, pretty much like where I'm standing right now. In my head, I felt like the spawns were starting to flip because my teammates were a little too aggressive in pushing this general direction. And that pretty much forced my hand to kind of go with it versus kind of trying to fight it and kind of lock down the spawns and getting pinched by a large group of players. You can see how I'm kind of positioned. I peek out, get a few shots. That's not necessarily the sight line you want to use for this weapon. Trying to get a couple easy little tags there and see if I can chain my kills together. Then now I have a UAV. Feel a little bit more confident. I have my teammate up there. I'm going to go ahead and push in and see if I can go ahead and take the guys out upstairs. Looks like they end up being shocked, so pretty easy kills there. Guys coming out of it. Pretty straightforward. Streaks are going off, and I go ahead and trap off that side because if the spawns flip again, I want to make sure that anyone coming through that window, easy little kill there. And you can see how I've been using the mini-map for pretty much the entire match, is focusing on where my teammates are, acknowledging where the enemies could be, and kind of locking down where the specific spawn locations are. Obviously, Nuketown spawns are pretty straightforward. Pretty much you either spawn on each end of the map behind the houses, and it's pretty much that way. Unless you're in both of those areas, someone will spawn at the middle of the map. But knowing the strengths and weaknesses of the weapon, you can see how I'm positioning, trying to play as smart as possible, not really playing anything super aggressive. I do get in positions where maybe I do take more damage than maybe I should have, but at the end of the day, I think overall this is how you should be utilizing this weapon on a map like this. Just know where the spawns are, know how to position yourself, and make sure that you're not doing anything to jeopardize the spawns and that map control, because obviously map control is probably the most important thing on any map in any mode. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know if you're a fan of the Spitfire and what do you think of these class setups. If you did enjoy the video anyway, please hit the like button, and if you are brand new to the channel, I typically cover Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setups, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to improve Call of Duty. If you'd like any more of that type of content, make sure you subscribe and turn those notifications on by ringing that bell. Thank you all for the support. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.